Okay, let's roll right into our post-qualifying for Sunday's 65th annual STP 500. And qualifying third for Sunday's race, but setting a new track record in the process was Joey Logano. And Joey, you've been up front just about all year in qualifying, and I know you'd like to turn that into a win. Just talk about your prospects for Sunday here at Martinsville Speedway.
Yeah, I feel like our Shell Penzo 4's got speed in it, obviously. You know, the guys are telling me it's our sixth segment we've won in qualifying here, and we only got one pole. So I'm winning the wrong ones, and it's really frustrating to me. So I'm a little mad about the kind of our second run there. I felt like we've really had a shot at the pole there. But overall, I feel like for Sunday, our car's decent. I think everyone's fighting forward drive, which eventually makes your entry really loose. You know, that's typical Martinsville practice. Cars usually are, struggling for forward driving in the race. That gets a little bit better as it rubbers in, but the track also loses a little bit of turn, gets a little tighter. So, so far it's typical Martinsville, but I will say this new package, this new rules package has helped the car's handling quite a bit, I think, and you may see a little bit of a different race because the cars are handling a little bit better, and obviously that results in a track record as you saw today. So we got a track record, but we don't have a pole. So how does that work?
That's the beauty of NASCAR. Questions for Joey Logano. We'll take a couple questions. Anybody have a question for Joey? We'll go here with Adam. Get the mic there, my man.
Adam Hainsford, their Danville Register and B. This is the sixth different winner for qualifying. We've had a different winner for every race. Do you think that the qualifying is having a big effect on the outcome of the races on Sundays?
Qualifying always has an effect of how the race turns out, and obviously pit stall is very important, especially here is the dangerous pit road. So you want to get a nice box you can get in and out of, but obviously here also with the slow pit road, you can make up a lot with timing lines on pit road. So for that reason alone, it's big. And that's worth multiple spots throughout the race when you're thinking about making a lot of pit stops. And then obviously, qualifying is a big deal for starting position. Third is a good spot. It's I think it's better than second. As the inside lane usually goes here, especially in the beginning of the race. So we'll try to level out there and try to lead some laps and get our car tuned in. And when you're up front, the pressure and that sense of urgency of needing to pass cars is not there as much, and you're able to save your tires, and that's a big deal when you're here. It's able to save your tires for the long run, and when you're positioned towards the front, it allows you to do that. When you're trying to pass cars underneath them and wearing your stuff out, you lose quite a bit of tire wear, and eventually in the long run you'll show that. So being able to start towards the front is an advantage for that reason, that you can save your stuff and be there for the long run. And hopefully we keep that track position all day so we don't get in that scenario that we have to push really hard and wear stuff out.
Go Al Pierce right up here on the front row.
Yeah, Joey, Al Pierce from Auto Week. When this format was announced in January, there was immediate concern that, particularly here, being so small and so many cars jammed together, it would be a difficult session. Was it cleaner than you expected? Were people more giving? Did they not take like they normally would, or did it go like you thought it might?
Well, I think everyone thought it was going to be a mess when we didn't have cool down units, and everyone's going to be out there cooling down, and then there's no room to go around anybody. So that's where I think maybe that came from. But now everyone just wants to clean lap. The sun wasn't poking in or out. No one was thinking that way. Everyone was just, okay, what we got to do to get out there and get a clean lap and run the fastest you can that way. So I don't think that came into play. Yep.
Any other questions for Joey? All right, Joey, good qualifying effort. Hope it translates over for a good race on Sunday for you.
Me too.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Denny Hamlin has joined us. Jenny was second fastest qualifier for Sunday's 65th annual STP 500. And Denny, you were in here earlier today and certainly talking about your desire to win this race on Sunday. How's your car? It seems pretty fast, and that's got to be a pretty good effort. I know you wanted to pole, but you got to be pretty pleased with how things are shaping up.
Yeah, it was a solid qualifying effort for us. I kind of knew while I was running the lap it wasn't a pole type lap. Surprisingly, ended up as close as we did. Just fought loose most of the time. I think the track's pretty free right now in general, but it's tough. These cars are putting down more horsepower than they ever have, so it's harder and harder to get your car to come off the corner, and that was what we fought through the two sessions. So it got progressively worse from the second section from the first, and obviously it just came up a bit short, but there obviously, like I talked about earlier, there's 2 to 3 other really good pit stalls that we have to choose from now.
Questions for Denny Hamlin back here in the back? Gentleman right there.
Tony Bullock, Curry Tree. And Denny, you talked about the confidence you've got with your car this weekend, but could it be the one concern you probably would have all weekend was getting caught up on the outside, being that the bottom of the racetrack seems to be the place to be?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, on restarts, that can really hurt you for sure. The one good thing you can have is teammates up front that cut your brakes here and there, and that's what we've done a lot with the 18 and the 20 over the last couple of years is cutting each other's brakes, giving that position back after you get going green. Because once you do get hung up on the high side, you definitely are at a huge disadvantage over the bottom lane. So I would much rather be fifth on the bottom than second on the outside pole any day. But there's a lot of time to make it up. It's just those last crucial restarts where you definitely want to put yourself on the bottom.
Question here. Hank had a question, please.
Denny, when you say something like you said before about, you haven't had a lot of luck lately and you're going to change that on Sunday, does that change your mindset over the course of a weekend? Like, do you feel like, okay, I said I'm going to win on Sunday, so do you feel differently?
Not really. The focus is the same. I don't do anything differently. You just you got to perform.
Did that feel like bravado to you when it came out of your mouth?
No, I knew, even going into this weekend, I knew we were going to be, really good contenders and be in the mix anyway. But, I felt like, after running a couple laps of practice, I felt like, this is a car that is capable of winning. And I think really this year with tire management being more of a factor than it's ever been, it kind of lends itself to my driving style even more. So for that reason, I think that will be tough on Sunday.
Any other questions for Denny Hamlin? Denny, thanks for coming
Thank
in,
you.
and good luck on Sunday.